Hello and welcome to another Forgotten North podcast. It's been a couple of weeks, so you're joining myself and Stan. Don't really have as much of a script as we would normally have, like a plan this time. We were very conscious. It's been a couple of weeks.
It's been 2 weeks since our last one.
Quite a lot of stuff's happened out there, both in ourselves and the wider Warhammer world.
Yeah, so we're not going to deep dive anything. Just a half hour, 40 minutes ramble. Friday night ramble.
Exactly that. We thought we'd essentially share some of our initial thoughts about the Warriors of Chaos release. Again, not deep dive. Lots of some amazing content have done that. Just our thoughts, and then a little bit of an update about what we've been doing hobby-wise, and sort of some of the bits and pieces regarding our event and where we're up to with some of the stuff with that.
Yeah. So let's start with the Warriors of Chaos.
Oh well,
heavily rumoured, but now confirmed.
Yeah. So I think a lot of people had that down as the next army, didn't they?
Yeah. Yeah, there seems to be, the pattern of the rulebook seems to be working.
Yes. Yeah. And I think the announcement has got some, I think, quite exciting stuff on there, personally.
Interesting timing.
Well, what do you mean by that? In what way, sorry?
In the way that Dwarfs Wave 2 hadn't come out. It was still early on, and...
Did they not do something similar with the Dwarf announcement in regards to the Orcs and Goblins Phase 2 as well, though? Was it not quite...
Yeah, it was. I think it was in the middle of that as well.
Yes, I think, although I don't disagree that it's a bit odd, it's in keeping with their schedule.
Yeah, there's a lot of people, seen other people commenting that the Warriors would have been out on pre-order last week. I think that was very hopeful.
Very hopeful. I don't expect them to be out for look how long the Dwarf sat there after announcement.
Yeah. I think
will it be quite as long? Not 100% sure, but it's certainly not going to be the next week or anything like that.
There's a lot of other... We've just had the new AOS launch. There's still a lot of stuff with that to come out. 40k is the juggernaut it always is. So I think... But it will be before year end.
Yeah, definitely. I think it'll be in a couple of months, personally. And I think it's something nice to people sort of look forward to. And I think some of the announced models have gone down pretty well.
So start at the top with the two armies.
So yeah, what they've announced: the Wolves of the Sea and the Mounted Heralds of Chaos. Heralds of Chaos? Yeah.
So another all-mounted army.
I'm not gonna lie. This is probably the way I'm going to go with Chaos, and we chatted about it. Yeah, it will come. So my 6th edition Chaos army back in the day was pretty much an all-mounted Chaos list. So this really, really appeals to me.
So, but we've seen it with the Orcs and Goblins. So we're probably safe to say that
a lot of armies are going to have
a maybe something with chariots.
Well, yeah. If you look at the Tomb Kings one, Royal Host can pretty much go almost all chariot and mounted.
Yeah, and you got both previously have had an extra chariot type. You got the Tomb Guard on the chariots, and
Black Orc chariots,
and then Black Orc.
Yeah, so there's probably some sort of jazzy chariot coming out.
Yeah.
Or another one, since they've already got the Chaos, the standard chariot, and they've got the Gore Beast chariot as well. Yeah, so something else maybe's in there.
No new models though.
Nothing new announced. Yeah, some cracking returning models though.
Yeah. Then the other army, mine, which I was already working on.
You've wanted to have a quote unquote usable, fully Marauder list for quite a long time now, haven't you?
Yeah, and I've been working on it silently in the background, and
you couldn't have timed that any better.
Some of the releases have just really excited us.
Yeah, the phase 2 stuff, especially for what you're looking to work on.
I'm okay for the actual Marauders. Yeah, all the accompanying stuff, which I wasn't expecting, which has really got the.
So, what's your pick of the Chaos? Because I know what my pick of the announcement is. But what's yours? I've got one real top one and then a very close second.
The Spawn for me.
Yeah, you love.
I love something with a random movement.
Honestly, like you just love crazy stuff, don't you?
Yeah.
Like if it's not a squig, it's a chaos spawn.
It's a chaos. Well, they're just essentially chaos squigs.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the spawn's a lovely model.
It's a really nice model.
Missed it first time around.
Same. Like I don't know if how much I'll use them, but I'll absolutely be further. I'll be buying 2 probably, 1 or 2, and then going, oh my god, how much money have I spent? But I'll not. It won't stop us.
Yeah, I don't care about the rules.
The rules are irrelevant if the model's nice.
Yeah.
Like how often do we have stuff in our lists because we like the models? And I think there's one thing about being competitive, and you always want a list to do well. However, I think the rule of cool is always the most important rule.
All the world, we go to tournaments, we do that. It's still got a very narrative bent to it.
And long may that continue. To be honest, like
I love a cutthroat tournament as much as the next guy, but I also like going kind of like a themed army, a fun army,
and quote unquote fluff. Whether that fluff doesn't have to mean uncompetitive.
No,
I think that's the other thing that's important. That you can still have a not rollover army, and it be nicely themed.
Yeah, and we've seen some beautiful armies along those. Like just thinking of certain Middelheim armies.
Yeah, that was gorgeous. And really fit the theme. But I think my pick of the Chaos release, it has to be the Warpfire Dragon.
Yeah.
Like I missed it again. Didn't have it from the first time around. Like that is 100% being purchased and will absolutely be in a list. And I don't care how good it is.
It's definitely going to be on my list. I think the pricing on that will be interesting. We were about it last week.
Yeah, we were
somewhere between the Troll Hag and the Bone Grinder.
I'm desperately trying to remember what it was priced at relative to other stuff when it was live, and I cannot remember.
But pricing for Old World is bizarre.
I think it's been it's like controversial, but I think compared to what the prices were prior, a lot of the pricing is very competitive. Now that is not to say it's cheap.
It's Games Workshop competitive.
Is a very expensive hobby.
It's in that ecosystem
relative to
of
GW. Yeah.
Well, you're looking at the man that rushed out and bought 2 gyrocopters. It's £32 each.
Yeah, and I've just got 2 gyrocopters ordered on part of Phase 2 for 47, or whatever the price is. Either way, it's cheaper than what they were when they were out prior individually.
It was 65 minus retailer discount.
Yeah, whatever.
And now
it's still cheaper.
Now the 52.50 for 2.
Yeah, like the price is,
retailer discount.
The price is definitely better.
Yeah, so fool me.
And now, to be fair, like as we said, that is not to say we think they're cheap, because
they're not cheap.
Categorically not. Like they're more expensive than gold.
It's ridiculous for plastic, but
in the vacuum that we exist in, I think they're
still cheaper than drugs and whores.
Well, there is that, yeah. So get your kids into Warhammer, people, then they'll be too broke to spend money on drugs.
Yeah, but interesting. No Forsaken.
Yeah, that is
just
interesting.
Been forgotten about.
Yeah, maybe.
Because no one wants to see those models. Let's be honest.
Nah,
they're not pretty models.
Do you know what, the other thing that I was really pleased with, because I want some for me list and I'm struggling to find them, that I'm really pleased they're releasing. And as part of Phase 1, Dragon Ogres.
Oh, they'll fly off the shelves. All your Beast Mode players.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm hoping that they're usable in this all mounted list. I know they're technically not mounted, but they are. Like they're half creature.
Yeah, they're not 2 legs.
No, yeah, exactly. So I'm hoping they are in the list option, because that'll give some variety to just Chaos Knights.
Yeah, I don't think you can just have going back to the Orcs.
And they probably are, because the Orcs and Goblins still have
Boar Boys, Wolf Riders.
There's variety.
Multiple different chariot types.
Yeah.
Chaos don't have that depth.
No, they don't. So I'm hoping that things like the Dragon Ogres will be in that list.
5 new unit entries, I think.
Is that what it said? Yeah, I think something like that. Yeah,
5, 6.
Mhm.
So that'll be obviously we know that it's going to be the Warpfire
skin wolves,
skin wolves,
not wolf skins as I've been calling them.
or skinny wolves.
Skinny wolves. Oh, I mean, and let's talk. Let's talk about the really dirty chaos.
Oh, the ogres!
I love them.
I love the trolls. I really like the trolls. I will get some of the trolls, but those ogres.
I must admit, I do like the proper chaos trolls. I'll definitely be getting some of those. I think they're just cool.
I can't say I've ever used them in a list, but
No, I can't. But I might use them as part of a troll horde, just because they're different models. Price point dependent, possibly.
well, they weren't bad. The orcs and goblins.
No,
ones,
they weren't.
though.
No.
Was it 32?
I mean, it took you a million years to
50.
get yours.
But I've got them, and I've put them in a box, and I will paint them one day.
Yeah. But I think the box. I know there's been a lot of like shit spoken about the box because there's a lot of Chaos Warriors in, and people are like crapping on infantry in general at the moment. But I still think the box is a good.
I like 2 chariots.
A good double chariot, double unit of knights. Like I think it's not a bad box.
I don't think it's. I think 32 warriors. Would I have picked that? No, maybe gone 16 warriors and then chucked some marauders in.
Yeah. But I think in line with all of the other boxes, like they're
We
pretty
don't
good.
know. We're still only 6 months. I keep saying this. We're 6 months down the line.
Yeah.
We don't know what's coming.
That's it. I think, as compacts develop, as like scoring systems develop, I think there's
Who knows?
going to be space where infantry matter. Like they will. Is it this moment? Like probably not. To be fair, like I think a lot of time it's not list dependent, but
We've had our regular viewers will know we had the inventory debate
yes, we do. Yeah, we have.
quite a lot.
But look, I think there's some
I think
good
it's a great box, and the prices they've been going for.
Yeah.
The dwarf box was really good.
Yeah, I didn't actually get the main dwarf box. I mean, I can get one if I want to, but no. I mean, I got some of the dwarf stuff. That's
So
great.
I don't need it.
You don't need the troops. You just
I
need
don't
the
need the troops.
bods, and likewise. I mean, I did buy some an Ironbreaker box, and we both know it wasn't to make the Ironbreakers.
But I still like iron breakers.
But they're not Trollhammer torpedoes.
No, they're not trolley torpedoes.
But I will definitely, in line with most of the things, when this comes out, will spur me to do Warriors. Plus, by next year, I'll definitely be ready, I would imagine, to do something other than just Tomb Kings at events.
Yeah.
Oh no, I have done Chaos Dwarfs as well, but for like
One
that was a
event.
one-off. Like I've played Tomb Kings barring 2 events now, I think, for nearly 3 years.
Yeah, because you were
Solidly?
playing them solidly at the end of
Yeah. So
end of 8. I mean, the end of
our
8 tournament scene cycle. Pre-Old World.
Pre-Old World, yeah. So it's been a long time that I've played like Undead as a main faction, whether it be VC, whether it be Tomb Kings. So I'm looking forward to possibly using. I'm told which one will be next. It'll either be Dwarfs or Warriors, depending how I get through them. To be honest.
Say I've got the Exiles I want to get painted. I've got the Dwarfs I need to finish up. The Orcs and Goblins I've never finished.
I think the next thing I'm going to actually work on,
And then the Wolves.
yeah, I mean the next I'm doing is going to be rebasing an Orc and Goblin list that's fun orientated, that will be featuring in a battle report in the relatively near future.
I've still got to make my battle report debut at some point.
It's you and your busy life.
Real life.
Sucks.
If anyone would like to give us loads of money so we can do this
Oh
full
yeah,
time,
that'll be.
we will accept it.
I mean, reluctantly, obviously.
After our conversation 2 weeks ago, we're still yet to hear from a Saudi prince.
Yeah, and in the meantime, didn't win the Euro Millions again. But tonight's the night.
But what was missing from the Warriors, but I think we both know what we want to see on a mid tour that hasn't been
Please,
announced.
if someone from GW has really just wants to print money, please release Engram Van Horseman as a made to order.
Yes.
Just yes.
Yes.
Yes, GW, yes.
And the money will flow, and everyone will be happy. That would be a lovely made to order.
That would go down so well with.
Because there isn't. Was there a Chaos Dragon?
Yes.
Plastic?
Oh, plastic? No. I remember many years ago, I went to a games day in Birmingham and bought the original Forge World Chaos Dragon. It was enormous, and by the time I got back home, back then, like, money was tight, and I had crazy buyer's regret. I was like, I cannot believe I've just spent this amount of money on a dragon that I'm not even going to use probably. But as ever, fast forward like a couple of decades, and I would murder someone for that.
Since
model.
there isn't a plastic, that would just...
I really think England Van Horseman would go down an absolute treat. He's a really nice model. Anyway, like, I think the model has stood the test of time.
Yes. It is I would buy it. I've got no interest in running a dragon.
But you'd have it though, wouldn't you? You'd have it.
I would buy it.
Yeah, like, my list is probably not going to be led by a Lord on a Dragon. I thought it's going to be a Demon Prince or a Lord on a Demonic Mount, but like, I would absolutely 100%.
The old Demon Prince is coming back.
Yeah, the little derpy Demon Princes. Yeah, and some of those are pretty cool. I think the people who are fans of those models are really big fans of them. Like, they don't really do it for me. Like, I'll be using the old Be'lakor model.
It's the same one I'm using in my Marauder army.
That is
beautiful.
That is the nicest Demon Prince model, and I think in the new rules, as it stands, it is so size appropriate as well.
Yeah, it's a lovely model. I love the original Be'lakor.
Yeah, agreed. So good.
And, well, sort of time appropriate. He's hanging in the pit in Mordheim.
Yeah.
He's the creature in the pit in Mordheim.
But I think the model is stunning.
Yeah, it's a lovely
so
model.
yeah, no, I think there's a lot of things to be. If you're a Chaos player, you want to become a Chaos player. I think there's lots of things to be excited about in that Warriors list, like that Warriors release.
And so far, all the Arcane Journals have
been good. There've been options. Like if I look at the Tomb King one, Mortuary Cult is an amazing list, and I think Royal Host has a place. The Brett one, I think Exiles is cool as hell.
Yeah, Errantry Crusade, if you just want to...
Yeah, 100%. Orc Goblin, the Troll Horde, I think is very cool and very different. And Nomadic War is really cool as well. Again,
but
all mounted option,
just little
different.
Extra magic items.
Oh yeah, for sure. And again, the Dwarf one's very different. Like, I think it really jazzes up the play style without being anything crazy. Like, I know you really like the look of a Royal Host list.
I really like the Royal Host list, but I've also
I think there's legs on Expeditionary Force as well.
I think there's a lot of legs on. I've seen it, but I saw another Canadian-based podcast.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, I've watched that one. Actually, it's wild.
It must have been 10 gyrocopters.
Yeah, those crazy Scout gyrocopters, I think, mental.
Yeah, it's kind of like if that's your cup of tea, great. But
oh yeah, and I think that's what was said there though. There's legs in all the Arcane Journal releases. I think all of the Armies of Renown, Armies of Infamy, have definitely added some flavour, and I think that's what it's all about. It's reminiscent of 6th edition for me, and that's what I love, and I love that in the fact that it lets you theme an army, but still and reward you for theming an army, and I love that.
Apart from the Mortuary Cult, I don't think any of them have been overtly strong.
I mean, I was going
to
try taking offence that you were saying the Mortuary Cult's strong, but like it is.
It is strong, but I don't think it's broken.
It's not broken, absolutely not. It's got real glaring weaknesses, but it is a good list. I think the Exiles lists are really good. Will prove to be very good. But no, you're right. I think none of the Arcane Journals have made a power creep, which I think is important.
But I think everything is just at a nice. It's obviously winners and losers.
There's always winners and losers, and maybe in the future we'll do a podcast once they're all out and talk about where we think the big winners and losers are from an Arcane Journal point. But as it currently stands, I wouldn't like to do that until they're all out, and that's not going to be for a while yet.
We've got 4 left.
So we've got Warriors next, then we've got High Elves and Empire,
two elf
Wood Elves and Beastmen. Yeah, 4 left. 2 flavors of elves, the hippies and the stuck-up ones. Empire,
And then Andy's lot.
And then the filthy, dirty, grubby beastmen. For all you filthy, dirty, grubby beastmen players.
So three.
Vile.
So 3 good guys. And 1 bad guy.
Yes, because of the army imbalance anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, if Warriors are next, I'd imagine we're probably, but there's a good chance we're looking at, I would imagine 2 good guys.
We'll see. Who knows?
And then, I'm trying to think how they want to balance it for like staggered release, but who knows?
Yeah, you could get 2 good guys
You
at
could,
the end.
yeah, you could, yeah,
I suspect a
absolutely
good guy next.
I would imagine so. And looking at what we've got left and thinking about what we've already just chatted about earlier, I would imagine you can definitely see some sort of spicy, all-mounted Empire army of renown coming.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Or an all-mounted high elf.
I think you could definitely see an all-mounted high elf. I mean, you can run an all-mounted high elf list as it stands in the list. But with like Silver Helms, Illyrian Reavers, etc., I don't know if that's how competitive it is. But if you wanted to, there's
yeah, but
you can. Yeah, exactly. No, so that all could be in there. I'm not sure if I see an all-mounted option with Wood Elves feasibly.
No, because that haven't got chariots.
No, and they've only got. Well, that's they've got Glade Riders, and then they've got their 2 flavours of
Special Cav. But you got Warhawks.
Yeah.
You've got Eagles.
I mean, frankly, like I suppose, who knows?
Who knows?
I know Andy would love it if they did a genuine all tree spirit option.
Yeah, that would be. But again, is there enough variation?
I don't know. Not unless they bring out special. It depends if they bring out any new things, but probably not. But who knows? I think it's just.
But again,
it's the unknown.
6 months in.
The unknown is the exciting part.
I didn't think after 6 months would be where we are.
In a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it hasn't been perfect, but it was never going to be.
It's getting better. It's going to get better. It'll get better. It'll keep improving for sure.
I mean the releases.
Oh no,
I know there's been stock, but that's across all of GW's lines.
We've spoke about this already as well. If anyone's listening to our older podcasts, that
I think having been in this place is a lot better than I thought it would be.
That's probably fair. That's probably fair.
But anyway,
so I think that takes us the end of Warriors chat. That probably went on a bit longer than we'd planned, but I think it was nice to chinwag about it.
But what have you been up to generally, mate?
So, general hobby update. What have I been doing? Well, personally, I've been pushing to get paint on the remaining Tomb Kings. So obviously, I know we previewed our first list test for Warhammer World previously, and some of that wasn't quite painted. To be honest, I've since reviewed my list a few times. We've got the next version to test probably tonight, so that Warhammer World's in a week's time. So I've been getting a bit of paint on all of that. So everything's at least got 3 different colours on now and a bit of wash. Some stuff definitely needs finish, like the U-Shaftly need more work, the Stalkers need more work. But I could put them on a table and from 3 foot away they'll pass. They'll pass for
Warhammer World.
They'll pass a tick box exercise to say they're at least painted.
Yeah.
Which I think's important. But hopefully I'll be able to improve that within the week as well.
Yeah, I've done nothing.
Nothing for your own army, however.
Nothing for my own army.
We have been very busy with scenery.
Yeah,
and other things.
We had a lovely day on Saturday.
Yes.
Where we've got most of the desert.
5 different sets of terrain almost finished in it.
Yep. The 5 table sets for desert are done.
Yeah. Really pleased with that, and they've come out really well.
They're all on our Facebook.
Anyone who hasn't seen them and wants to.
We haven't prepared any pictures of it for this.
Link will be in the description to our Facebook page. We've posted a bit of a couple of pictures on there. I'm really pleased with how they've come out. I think the desert boards will definitely be.
It's laid down the standard for the next ones.
To be honest, I feel a little bit like we put pressure on ourselves for the other ones because the desert ones have come out so well.
And the other thing I've been
working on... did the watchtowers as well?
Yes.
got the watchtowers boxed off. Andy and I sat and did them with an absolute shout out to my wife, who obviously, who bless her little heart, also she painted the roofs, the doors, the skulls. She's a trooper. Absolutely getting stuck in.
The other thing, which we've got to shout out to our good friend Liam for helping us with,
is Liam, you actual legend. Like
the template set.
Phenomenal.
So everyone that attends the event will get a full template set.
Yeah. I'm so pleased with how these have come out.
The Arcasite will, if you're randomly nice to us at an event, throw a game or buy us a beer.
Oh yeah, like
or just a standard fan.
I don't mean people to misunderstand that we can't be bought, because we can. Like we're not high morale people, morals rather. We are really morale.
And I've been working on printing them off.
Yeah, you've been printing a machine, so I think this is a really nice gift for a freebie for anyone who does attend our event. Quick shout out that tickets are still available, and link will be in the description. However, by the time this comes out, we may well have the early bird price for rooms may well have finished by then.
Yes, certainly. We've got a meeting, for full disclosure, we have got a meeting with the venue on Tuesday next week.
Yeah, so
to just
4 days away.
Floor plans and all the rest of it, and then we'll find out what's happening with the
rooms. We will still be we've still got to deal with them, so they'll be as cheap as we can get them if you want to buy them via our links. But
we can't
guarantee.
By Tuesday night, it may have to end.
So this recording will have gone live
Saturday
in a day or two. So if anyone's listening to this in the first 24 hours or 40 of it's going live, you do have an option still to buy rooms via ourselves if you want them at a reduced price.
Massively reduced price.
We've got a really good deal with the venue.
We looked at a double room for the weekend, for the Friday and Saturday night of the tournament. It was £200.
It's much more expensive than our link. So if you haven't already and you are wanting accommodation, accommodation is well priced by the hotel anyway. However, our deal, which will probably be ending shortly, please jump on it if you want them soon.
At best, the reduced rate will end on Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah.
And will be replaced by a slightly, probably more expensive one if we can negotiate.
But we will still be trying to get a deal.
At worst case,
it'll be gone.
It'll be gone.
Yeah. So if you're if you're listening to this and you want a room and you please jump on it. But yeah, look, the event's starting. Tickets are still going.
We've got plenty of capacity.
Plenty of capacity though that we can always flex the sizes. So if you're interested in our event in October, on the 12th and 13th at the Britannia Hotel at Newcastle Airport,
and the capacity we've set is a capacity where we're happy, where it won't impede the comfort or the look.
The aim is that you will have 360 access to your table.
Yeah.
Which and space around the table, which we think is ideal.
Especially for submissions.
Yes. But to circle back, I think hats off to Liam for the design, and well done to you for printing. These have come out really good. So I'm so pleased with them.
And they're just a little thing, because we know we're a new event on the circuit. There's plenty of choice out there, so it's our little thanks that everyone will walk away with. Hopefully, a great experience.
Yeah.
And a little something.
Yeah, I think if you're going to come to our event, say there's our first one back up and running, which will feel free to judge us on. We will be running more in the future, but this template set is just a nice little thank you for the people who will be attending the event. And like I say, the Arcasite, if you see us at the upcoming Warhammer World event, or a later one in Leoda's Games in Leeds. Or when we eventually rock up at TSN, etc. Feel free, please do. Anyone come up and give us a poke. I'm like, oh, you two are idiots. However, I really want one of your line of sight. We can take it, but please come give us a nudge. But I'm really pleased how they've come out, and that has soaked up a lot of your hobby and time, hasn't it?
It has. I've got a week. Luckily, I've got a week off work now, so I will be spending
full steam ahead to get those goblins painted.
Yeah. when I said to the wife that I'd be spending the week painting, she thought I meant the decorating.
Well, I mean, she should know better, frankly.
Really,
like she should know better. I mean, at least you've got your list ready. I am torn between two Tomb King lists for Warhammer World. I'm really torn between the Grand Army list that I've been trying with some different options in that I don't use very often. It does have a dragon. It's got the stalkers, like we say, like some different stuff. Or back to Motrical, but with double casket. I'm so torn. They're so very different play styles.
It's gonna be tough.
The double casket is very much my regular play style, which is a bit more conservative and magic heavy.
I don't think that. I think you're an aggressive bully.
Well, I mean, I think that's just rude. However, the Grand Army list is an aggressive list.
It's very aggressive.
It's a bit of an all or nothing list, but when it works, it's very aggressive.
Well, we had 2 practice games with it, and there were totally opposite results.
Well, yeah, the first one, your goblins battered the Tomb Kings, and the second one, the Tomb Kings battered the goblins. I think it's a dice game as well. And then the other thing that's been going on, I'll speak for him, I suppose. Andy obviously has not joined us on the podcast again, but Andy has been very, very busy producing battle reports. And the first one that we put out there, we put out there with full disclosure, it was very rough.
Yeah.
Blurry and not the greatest audio, but we just wanted to share what we're working on. So thank you for the people who have watched that. It does mean a lot, and we had some really constructive
nice
feedback. Which has helped us on the next ones. That we will keep working on these battle reports and them getting better and better.
Obviously, full disclosure, we are just starting up. We've invested a lot of our own money into the event and into
get these sort of things.
As we want to increase the quality of everything, but
it'll come with time. It'll come with a bit more investment.
It's going to take a little bit of time.
But hopefully hopefully you guys who are listening to this and enjoy our ramblings on a podcast.
Andy's done sterling work.
Really sterling work on them.
He's got, I think the highlight for me, the one I'm looking forward to, is Andy plays
Jack
Toll,
a competition of the two Old World Triple Crown champions, and on their only Old World events now that they've gone back to 8.
Yep. So the King of Kings,
the King of Triple Crown Old World will be called out. It'll be on a YouTube video on the Forgotten North gaming
within the next couple of weeks.
Within the next couple of weeks. So,
as a rough thing, what we're trying to do is we're going to aim to have at least a podcast once a week.
Every fortnight. Every fortnight, interspersed with a battle report.
And a battle report. Obviously, if anything major happens,
we'll do our best to be a bit more reactive. But what we're looking at is a weekend release. We haven't decided quite on the time or day yet. It'll be a Saturday or a Sunday. We're just playing around with what works best. Every week, you'll get a podcast one week, and then a battle report the week after, and then so on and so forth. Is the aim. We will apologise if that doesn't quite work out, because real life is rubbish.
For podcasts, we've got the terrain maps coming up very soon.
Very shortly.
But again, on our Facebook, you'll see an example of the battle line.
The battle line one is there, but hopefully whether it's the next podcast or the podcast after, we will be having a run through of our whole terrain pack for the event, and showcasing what maps anyone who's attending can look forward to playing. We've also got we'll do the Warhammer World review.
Yep.
Where we'll show our confirmed armies, or certainly mine anyway.
Our finished armies.
We'll show some screenshots. We'll try to take a few snaps of the event. We won't be doing any full reports of it, but we'll try to take snaps of the armies we play and some of the nice armies on display. Because last time there was some gorgeous lists.
And then also we've got Leondis games.
Yep. Which is coming up in September.
Yes,
end of September in Leeds, which is another 2,002-day event.
And then our event.
And then our event.
Which will have, one thing we didn't touch on with the Coming Chaos release, this is not an indication of us having knowledge of when it's coming out or anything, but it will be valid as long as it's released before list submission deadline.
Yes, for our event, yeah. Any of the arcane journals from, assuming it is out by then, are more than welcome if they're released prior to our requested event list submission.
Yep. If it's not on general release, it won't be valid.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely fair and the closest thing to common sense we can come up with.
So you can't lift it from YouTube.
Yeah, no, it needs to be on general release, which I think is fair. You need to have a printed copy or a actual copy,
and we need to have reviewed it.
And we need to be able to have read it. Yeah. So to be honest, really busy couple of months for us. We've got a few events to attend. Our event to final, we can really get on with, and we've still got a lot of scenery that needs painted. So we're busy.
Yep, like I say, we're always available if anyone ever just wants to chat.
Oh yeah, and obviously what we'll also be working as we continue to work on these things is to get some of our people that we know and met through the hobby on to chat stuff as well. But yeah, I mean, and if there's anything kind of topic anyone would actually like us to touch on or chat about, like absolutely throw us a message on Facebook or a comment on YouTube. Like we are more than happy to talk crap about anything Warhammer related.
One regular thing that I'm very keen to do is to have a sort of list review segment.
Yes.
A show when you guys can send us your lists, a little bit of background. Do you want it competitive? Do you want it fluffy?
And we'll absolutely chat through, see what our thoughts are.
Make suggestions, and
I mean, feel free to absolutely ignore them or go with them. Like we're okay with it. But if anyone,
I would love to do something like that.
Yeah.
Not critical. Not
no.
Just
so again, this is just things that we're working on that we want to. You see, it's very early. We've only been producing these for anything for a couple of months now, so we will continue to develop and hopefully push out some content that you guys appreciate and want to keep
anything
coming
you
back
guys
to.
want to see, you tell us.
Absolutely, because
we enjoy doing this, and we want you guys to enjoy it.
Absolutely.
And girls.
Yes, ladies, gentlemen, and all things in between.
And spawn.
Yeah. And
regular sized or
by spawn,
gigantic.
really we mean you people who play Beastmen. Bad people. Goat people.
I think that's going to be
I
it.
think that's about a wrap.
Sign off and then go and have another practice game.
Absolutely. So please feel free to leave any comments, reach out to us on Facebook, subscribe, all that sort of YouTube nonsense. Links to the event, tickets.
And now you've seen our reasonable, semi-beautiful faces. If you see us at events, come and give us a shout.
Absolutely, come give us a shout. It'd be lovely to speak to anyone who actually watches us rambling. But until next time,
we'll see you later.
Thank you very much.
Good night.
Good night.